Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Hollow Knight. I'm here, once again, watching this with you guys for my Steel Soul attempt at beating the game. It's been 4 months since, over that actually, closer to 5, since I added the voice of mine to the first of these videos. And it's been almost a year since I recorded this particular part. So, my memory of what is coming up, and aside from the ending, is very fuzzy now. I don't have a good recollection of what I did and in what order I did it in. So I'm very excited to watch this now with you guys. I believe in the last episode, we had defeated the first of the bosses, and had picked up the... Oh, I forget what it's called now. The ability to attack using soul at a distance. We're stopping by the Father Caterpillar here in order to get another, as you saw, Mask Shard, which I was confident we had rescued enough caterpillars to get. Since our adventure ends when our life ends, I'm pretty desperate to ensure we get another mask as quickly as we can. I don't know why I always feel compelled to kill quite a few of these things. 2 Geo is not that important in the grand scheme of things to get, though it's more important early on than later on. This creature, I always feel like I should be allowed to hit it with a spell only after I have defeated the little one that spits out. Oh, I broke my own rule there to smack it again. It is Steel Soul, so I guess I shouldn't play around with little house rules like that. I wonder if there's a version of the game where if you fall into acid or a pit, if it's game over for you permanently at that point. Always a bit weird how you recover one life and then appear on another platform nearby. But so I suppose it is much more forgiving that way. I don't think I'm going to attempt to fill the journal entirely, but if I can get a few hits off on a creatures to do so, I might make the attempt, is my train of thought at this moment. But that would mean I have to kill every single boss in the game, and I'm not sure if that's something I want to do on Steel Soul. I love the coloring of the green path in particular, the greenish hue, which is everywhere here, and the faint evil glow of the acid down below, too. I'm under the impression... I remember you, plant. And you're worth a lot of geos. I want to kill all those plants. I'm under the impression that the green path has always been somewhat... has looked like what it looks like now, to some great extent, given the creatures that used to dwell here, even when this was being used as a cheaper scenic version to reach Hollow Nest. I still feel the urge to sit on every bench from my brief time playing the randomizer mod. I really shouldn't do that. It's over if we die, and I'm not going to be teleporting between them. Though I suppose it does put more of the map into place if I had a map of this area. Hello, Hornet. I meant to stop and look at you when I first saw you for the first time, but instincts took over. I just wanted to push on. I think for my very first time through the game, I hoarded my soul for healing only. This time around, I'm more willing to use it to stop myself from taking damage, rather than heal afterwards. Okay, so it looks like I purchased a few charms at the end of the last episode as well. When it comes to charms, when I've played through the game a handful of times, I've always attempted to have a different build, rather than always go with the same charms, in order to try out different strategies, utilizing them. Like I tried a pet build, where I was using a glowing womb, and the, oh, I forget what it's called now, the spider charm, and see if I could somehow make that work. Fun, but very soul-hungry to run those together. I don't remember what I used here, so we'll find out together as we proceed onward. Assuming that there is an onward. Oh, I missed that. Interesting. I wonder why I paused there, too. I must have been trying... I must have been thinking, do I want to hack this down? Because once this is down, it's down permanently. And maybe I don't want to hack it down. But there's a way to easily get over here anyway. I think I have beaten the game, by the way, about 5 or 6 times. Not in Steel Soul mode, of course. I have not completed it at all in Steel Soul. I got to the very end once before. But that was a cheaty Steel Soul, and I didn't feel like I should beat the game since I did so much cheating to reach that point. Isn't this a contrast from the crossroads? Such a human, lively place. The roads twist and turn in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants proved quite a nuisance. We'll always buy the maps, even though I technically don't need them. But it has been a while since I played the game. I ran into another traveler as I made my way down here. I tried to call out to her as she dashed past, but she barely even glanced in my direction. Not an appreciator of maps, like you and I, obviously. I do enjoy getting lost in these games and trying to figure out how I can get back to where I am. Games like this in particular I find greatly enjoyable. I am rather old, viewer, so when I used to play games an age ago, we didn't have any auto-mapping features. You had to do that on your own. I think Ultima Underworld was one of the first dungeon games, for example, I played that actually had a map that was drawn for you in the game as you played. Rather well done one at that. You could even leave marks and notes on the map. Apparently my theme here is I don't want to hack down too many of these, but I know we'll need access to a few of them. Tiny squib, your approach fearless. Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it, my journal. It will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but I learned, venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear. Oh man. Why am I'm being really quick at this? The Hunter's Journal. I apologize, everyone. So once again, I didn't speak at all. I was trying to talk in my mind when I would have any of this text on screen to pace how I would be reading it. I apparently did not do that great of a job in this particular episode. That was way too quick. I read really fast internally, not so much externally when I have an audience. You probably know, but just in case you did not, when it comes to geo and acid, any geo that lands in acid is dissolved and lost forever. So if you want to get every single penny, quite literally, you're going to want to kill the creatures over land. Not even the gathering swarm will be able to save it from that once it's inside the acid. I remember if I bought the quill. I think I did already. If the choice is getting a few hits, but possibly taking one, and hitting it with that spell, those who stray from the White King's roads shall face the law of Un. Alright, there we go. There's me pausing correctly to make sure I get the text read. I must have realized that I was too quick when I met the, what is that called, actually? The thing that gives you the journal. The Beast? I don't think that's the case. I thought that was one of the bosses in the game. Ooh. Where's the plant? Watching myself play it now, I remember the plants. Of course, an interesting thing when I'm watching this game as opposed to playing it is that I am appreciating everything that is around in the game. The background, the lights, the fireflies blinking in and out, the dust and fog. I tend not to do so when I'm playing the game, as I'm focused on immediate threats to my surroundings, rather than appreciating them. One hit and one shot will kill one of those creatures. I can't make that jump, I think. Very good, Tim. Playing Hollow Knight is interesting when it comes to the upgrades that you can get, especially for your nail. The more hits it takes, the more soul you can generate from a creature. But the stronger the nail, the more damage is done, the quicker you can kill them with such. I have not ever made a caster type of Hollow Knight to play the game with, but I'm imagining it can be quite fun. Going through this area reminds me of how my first time through this. As with any game that has multiple paths for you to take, I'm always second-guessing myself into the direction I really want to go in. I always want to explore more and never go down the main path in these games to begin with. Every single side passage needs to be explored before I continue the main story. Oh, look at me. Okay, so I bought some of the pins in the last episode, I see. I can't get that one... I can't search that one corpse where I placed that pin until I have... the crystal dash? didn't think I had the height for that. We can't go that way. Wow, good for me. I think this is one of the 2 such secreted geostashes that many people miss playing the game. There's another one, which isn't a geostash. I said geostashes, I meant just passages. In the crossroads, where it's where you can't quite make the jump until you have the cloak, Mothwing cloak. Is that what it was called? If you make it over that, you can destroy a section of the wall and reveal one of those soul statues there. There's another crystal cocoon for the lifeblood masks that is in the Mantis territory, in the same room that you can fight the boss in, as the optional way into Deep Nest. It requires double jump will get you there too. Double jump with the hook to bounce on a wall, or the crystal dash with the hook can get you to access it, though it requires you destroying the wall first. Oh, Tim. Embarrassing. I have a bad habit of when I begin falling, I try to stop my fall by moving myself left or right to grab a platform, and wherever direction I choose to go in, the platform's always in the other direction, and all I do is fall even deeper down into the pit that I was trying to stop myself from falling into. So far so good though. Taking a few hits, but nothing insurmountable. Speaking of lifeblood, I've never looked up the achievements for the game, but I wonder if there's one if you don't break any of those. The greater mind once dreamed of leaf and Casti's caverns so. In every bush and every vine, the mind of Un reveals itself to us. The only thing left of these people are those tablets that we find. I hear it, but don't see it, and we can't go that way. Ah, our first Green Path Warrior, whatever these things are called. Love the music, the combat music in this place. Well fought, sir. I suppose it goes without saying, by the way, I think I probably mentioned it in the first episode, that there was probably spoilers all throughout what I'm going to be speaking to. So, be aware of that if you're watching this Let's Play. I highly recommend Hollow Knight, by the way, if you haven't played it before, and are just somehow you found this video and are unsure if you want to buy it. It's a phenomenal Metroidvania game. It's one of the better ones I've played. Both in the sense of exploration, the combat feels very good. For the most part, the vast majority of the bosses feel perfect. There's a few which I feel overtuned, but most are really good. I can't remember what I talked about in the first episode, so we'll begin talking about a few other things that maybe I did or didn't right now. It had been in my first recording, which I did not keep. I didn't keep my first 2 recordings, I think, or maybe first 3, thanks to audio issues I was having at the time. But I eventually, after going through some of the Crystal Cavern I realized that all of the insects, or the vast majority of them that I had been killing, have that orange blood that is ejected from them. And it was then that I began to think that, hey, I bet this is some sort of like infection which has taken over these creatures and is making them into the zombies that they are now. I completely missed that. I think Quirrell alludes to this when you meet him for the first time. I'm tempted not to save him, as I've always saved him. But we'll save Zote the Mighty here too. Not so tough in the end. Just what do you think you're doing? You dare to come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way? Know this, cur. I'm Zota Mighty, a knight of great renown. Cross me again, and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. What do you still bother me for? I'm a knight. I'm not interested in your childish games. Begone, lest I draw my nail. Well, that's gratitude for you. It's probably what a good 78% of the internet would, how they would react for you saving them, depending upon what forum you're on. There's one more here. That one, though, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to shoot it. The green children walked from the dream unto these lands. Here we now shall wait, patient for the call to return. Yes! Not that I'll be up here again, but always feels good to kill those annoying things. I was hoping the combat music would play here. He was gonna hit me. That didn't kill him first. Good job, Tim. These ones are optional. We don't have to kill them, but they're guarding a bunch of Geo. And that could potentially be another mask. Distracted, Tim? Geo's very pretty, but you have an enemy in front of you. Ah, took a hit. Ooh, took a second hit. Good for that guy. There goes my lifeblood masks. Worth it, though. Let's get that shortcut. Now we can come back here far faster if I decide I want to go back and get the lifeblood masks again. And do I go down to get the tram unlocked? Or do we go and fight Hornet? Oh, look at me remembering that plant. And doing something fancy to get rid of it. Wanderer's Journal. Yes, take it. Oh, but we squashed it. We didn't get any Geo from it either. How about that? Now, do I sit on this bench and reset everything? I do, apparently. Come on, Tim. There's no reason to do that. Although, this does reset the... Oh, do I not have... Maybe I didn't get... No, I must have gotten the pen. Alright, I'm marking a few places I want to come back and explore later. The good news is that this does reset the lifeblood. It can't hurt to grab a few extra temporary points of life before doing one of the bosses. And I think that's what we're going to do here. Been a long time since Hornet killed me. Hornet 1. But it would be embarrassing for this attempt to end just right there, so it'll be even more embarrassing if it still happens, despite having 2 extra life. But I don't want to ruin this. A reminder that if I do die, that I will extend the length of the video with something else. This way you won't know for sure if how successful I was in any particular video. And I will not mark the last video as a finale either. This way you won't know that the run ended there either. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you tried to do. I can't allow it. Woo! Good dodge, Tim. Oh, good hit, Hornet. We're floaty enough that I can actually jump backwards, even or redirect my jumps midair. Haven't taken any damage yet, not permanent at least. I'd love to be able to kill her or defeat her without taking any white mass damage. We did it! Holy crap! And the first time I saw that right there, I realized that there's something odd about us, right? Because that's basically us. Only a different version, or something very similar to us. Which made me think we're like a copy or a clone, or something of that sort. Would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace. I've always thought that when you came back here with the dream nail, that when you interacted with this version, that it told you, or there was some thought or memory that said, we are all depending upon you, you're the last one, or something to that effect. But I swear that's not the case, because I think I checked off-screen. Not here. I've checked off-screen on my original Let's Play of this, and it did not say such. Even though we don't need to go this way, and even though I shouldn't sit on this bench, I know I'm going to do it anyway. Look how diseased the mushrooms look back there. Oh, hello there. Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. Old habits die hard. I saw a strange fellow out there. He seemed quite taken by the lake. I planned to offer greetings, though I figured I'd first tend to my nail on chance our meeting goes poorly. Which it will. If you attack this guy, he will defend himself. Or rather, if you interrupt him or get too close to him, he will attack you. He says something unique, I think, if you leave him alive to dream nail him. I don't know if he respawns. I don't think he does. So if we make it that far, we will come back here with the dream nail and whack him with it. Well, arguably our survivability has increased with that Mothwing Cloak, as we'll be able to dodge around now. Though it's likely to get me in as much trouble as it gets me out of. I think that's me trying to dwell on what's around me. Is there a mask? Can I get it? And or any other charms? We could get Boulder Shell, but that's a tricky battle. I'll probably want to reset the world and get some lifeblood before I do that attempt. Just pressing buttons, apparently, is going to get me through this. Woo! Nice attempt there, little guy. Where am I going? I don't think even I know. I believe I want the Thorns medal. Oh, we haven't cleared this area before, so I guess we'll do that now. The very first time I had done this game, I did not rescue Sly until after I had beaten Hornet, because I did not explore in that direction until after the Green Paths was completed. And I had a ton of Geo to then spend, both on him and charms afterwards. Nice, double kill. Everything must die once. Apparently. There's no Geo here, Tim. There's always gonna kill that poor little creature. Ah, that's what I want. The Thorn area. Now, this is where I think another house rule is going to come in. I think that if I'm in danger of dying, and I'm in a spot where I could start and quit, I will not do so. Yeah, so Here, for example, my thought is if I commit to that jump and I can't actually make it any further, I'm in a huge amount of danger because I have to actually try to get out of this area, and I don't have the soul to heal, and I probably can't double back the way I came. In other words, viewer, there's not going to be any Alt F4ing, obviously. There's not going to be any stopping the game and quitting to save my life. And if I'm in an area where the only way out will be to stop and quit... Oh, I don't think I'm going to. Alright, I'm committed now. Oh, okay, or not. Alright, that's our only heal, Tim. Woo! Thorns of Agony. It's a useful charm. When you... Well, I guess I'll just talk about every charm as we get it. When we take a hit, we lash out around us with thorns that are expelled from our body. And odds are good that we will hit the thing that hit us. This is very useful if you take a bunch of hits, because at least you're doing damage back to the enemy. But it can be troublesome, because that might kill something that you wanted to whack and get more soul from. It is only one charm notch, though, so it is a cheap one, if I recall correctly, to equip. I think we missed one tablet, so I'm going to go and find it. At least I think that's what we're doing. I've always been slightly confused with that particular puzzle there, since I don't think you can actually do it successfully without having the crystal dash. From moss and leaf our life is drawn. While it grows upon the path, we shall never wilt. But the final stage, it looks as if the game wanted you to do the nail bouncing on those creatures, but the crystal dash makes the last area so easy to do upon using it instead. That's a bit awkward. I'll have to come down from the top side if I want to unlock that passage. Let's see if that's something I decide I'm going to go and do. Yes, it is. My thoughts must be I'm in the area. I'm going to want that unlocked for a reason potentially in the future. So let's just go and do it now. Is probably what I'm thinking. Besides what a noob I am for messing up that jump a few times. Very interesting, by the way, doing this with you guys, watching myself play the game. Since I tend to put on a long video, even one of my own in the background, as I do something else. But watching me play, I like it. I'm surprised how... I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn or pat myself on the back or stuff like that, but I'm surprised... Like... I mean, I've always known this, because I've been recording games for decades. But it's fun to watch someone play a game, if you're not playing it, and see how well they do, and shake your head when they make a mistake, or laugh when they get caught in a trap that got you as well. I'll be surprised if any of these plants actually get me. Now watch the next one actually hit me. I think every plant got me the first time I was playing through the game. Which is why I remember where they are, because I walked into every single one of them. At least once. So my thoughts are probably that I want to end the session. Oh, I forgot about that one entirely. I want to end the session, I'm thinking, back in Dirtmouth, so that I can buy some stuff. Wow, how did I remember that one was there? Because watching it right now, I certainly didn't. Good for me. And now that unlocks that area. I won't say no to some easy geo. There's that one linked platform for the upper area that we haven't taken yet, if I want to kind of fully explore this area. And there's the area near that darkened temple we could explore, where we haven't been there either. That's not even on the map at the moment. Ooh, good for you. Recall again, this is not a speed run, so I will be healing if I can after every hit, assuming I have time to pause and do so. Oh, I see the geo bush down there. Did they ever say what geo is? It all has the same shape. I've thought it was like... Oh, I saw those just as I made the hop. Let's go back. Let's go back and get those, if I can. Those geo bushes up there is what I'm referring to. I also see the plant, but I don't know if me playing here saw the plant. The clinking sound it makes me think it's metal. But it looks like some sort of fossil of a sort. To my recollection, what geo is never explained. I don't recall an entry of it in the lore book either. Everything dies. Is there a little... I'm thinking, is there a little one up there? I saw a lot of space for a little one to show up in his bush form, so I'll assume there isn't one there. I was tempted to mod some of the charm costs, but then it occurred to me that since I'm recording a Steel Soul attempt, any alterations to the cost of charms, for example, making the map one free, would be too much of a good thing, I feel. Too cheaty for you viewers to accept as something that would make this Steel Soul run acceptable, I suppose is a good word to describe it. It would be fine, I'm sure, especially if I title this Modded Steel Soul, which it is, because I am running several mods. The vast majority of these, though, don't do any particular thing other than allow me to run other mods, or use, like, summon a bench in case I get soft-locked. But there are two that I am interested in seeing what they do. I believe I can potentially ruin a little bit of what's coming up ahead. I will make it to one of these, and upon realizing, after I interact with it, that it is rather unbalanced, I will disable the mods at that point, since they make it a little too good. Well, one of them at least. I won't even check what the other one does. Sure, we'll get the bench, and of course we'll sit on it. I suppose getting the map filled out is somewhat important. Alright, we got those secrets. Oh, that's interesting. I should do charm things, too. If I'm still... I don't know if I'm using the... I do... Is it double damage or +1 damage upon being at 1 life? The thing about this game, which I think I mentioned before, is that the moment or at least for me, the moment I start doing poorly, it's a spiral, and I continue to do poorly. And it gets worse and worse. So, if I'm fighting a boss and I start taking, like, hits, I begin taking a series of hits all in a row, and whereas a few seconds before, everything might have been perfectly fine, suddenly, I'm in a huge amount of danger. Just like 10 seconds after everything going perfectly well. Because I begin to panic. And while you can sneak in healing from time to time, many of the encounters, you might be better off just attacking more, or using your soul to actually do more damage. I think that I think when you upgrade your nail, some of the enemies also gain extra life, such that some battles, I believe, are tougher if you've upgraded your nail than if you haven't. But it's still so useful for dealing with the creatures that aren't bosses that I will still attempt to upgrade our nail every time we get a chance to do so. I hear it. The faint little chime indicating there's something, an interactable around there that has an item for us. Oh, am I going to go down? Okay, but I'm not quite sure if Fog Canyon's where I want to go at the moment. There's a soul statue up there. Interesting if I'm going to try this. Of course, the me who was playing through doesn't remember 100% what's where, as it has been some time since I last played through the game. And I suppose that's true even now, it being about 11 months or so since I had last played the game. You might as well get the journal entry unlocked, I guess. Oh, secret Geo room. Nice, got both of them with a single shot. They respawn, but I'm guessing I'm trying to get them finished, finalizing my journal. I feel so rich with 1,536 Geo. It's 1,800 for the lantern fly, right? It would be nice to have that so early, must be what I'm thinking. And we're very close to it, but we might have enough to also purchase another mask shard. Oh, interesting. Okay, I think what's going through my head there is I don't have the soul to heal myself and get back out of this successfully if things go poorly. So we're not even going to make the attempt to explore what's over there, is my guess. I would want full soul, which we can get from this area. Oh, okay, and I guess that's what we're going to do. Oh, optional boss. I forgot. Yeah, I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot this was here. Woo! A bit brave there, Tim, to stand there and whack it like that. Oh, good hit, sir. Assuming you're a sir. Sirs. And or madams. And madams. Ooh. I can't harm those. And of course now I spent some soul, so I think we'll have to come back and do that acidy area later. That little pause, I think that's me wondering, should I go through Fog Canyon? But taking that hit, seeing I don't have any leftover soul to heal myself, and knowing that the jellyfish can deal 2 points of damage to me, that's probably a bridge too far, or a canyon too far to travel through. I hate those things. Gotta go out of my way to kill them, apparently. I think we're doubling back to the stag, the staga. Yeah, that's right, the staga. To make it back to Dirtmouth. Because we have a great deal of geo, and I'm curious to see what I'll purchase when we get back. Yeah, taking it like a champ. And ooh! Oh! That's what I get for trying to play it cool after that single hit. Now, we could start and quit, and we'd end up at the last bench we saved at. But I won't be doing that as we play through this Steel Soul together. That feels... I guess that's fine, right? The game's going to let you do it. The game, technically, if you're almost dead, will let you stop the game, pause it, and then quit. And I know I've done that in the past when I've done Steel Souls. But it's always felt a bit... It feels wrong to do that. It's not. The game lets you do so. But it feels like that's against the spirit of what the Steel Soul is supposed to be. Any game in which you can play it on Iron Man, and you are doing things on that, feels a bit wrong to me. Oh, wow. And we've been playing for about 54 minutes, so it's almost time to wrap up the episode. We are obviously going back, though. Back to Dirtmouth, I think. And maybe I'll purchase something. Oh, I resisted the bench, huh? My, this place has much changed since I last saw it. The greenery grows so wild, the station is like to be consumed by it. And guys, with about maybe 2 or 3 minutes left, I will thank you now for watching another one of these videos. I hope it was entertaining. Thankfully, we weren't in too much danger here, so my overconfidence is growing. Surely that won't get me in trouble in the future. I never thought I'd see such a thing. The Stag Station has opened. That building lay silent since before even my time. Oh, I've heard the tales of the glorious lines, a web of tunnels running all through the kingdom. Not that I'll be traveling them, mind you. I'm quite content where I am. Copy Geo.
Patamas, Geo.
What am I buying? Lumafly is what it's called. It's all my money. It's all your money. But it'd be nice to have it now. We're buying it. Alright, guys. And I think that will likely do. Although, oh, no, I'm going to check apparently to see if I can afford any pins.
Bapanada.
Bapanada. We can buy one of them, and I like buying them, so let's buy the vendor pins. Alright, so thank you guys for watching again. And I will see you in the next one, I guess. You there! Why are you skulking about in the shadows? Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. I am Zot the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Tremble before me. While you were hiding here in your dingy little village, I ventured into the dark pit below us and slew a great beast. Yes, all glory to me. But I don't have time for your adulation. I must rest and prepare for my next journey down. That daft old fellow over there. He keeps talking absolute drivel. Seems to think the very air is deadly down in the caverns. Perhaps he should consider not breathing. He keeps talking about dreams, too. Dreams are for those too feeble to truly live. Zolt's quite a talker, but not a good walker. Alright guys, once again, thanks, and I'll see you all in the next one. Yep. That's all I got. There's like a few more seconds of the video though, and I to match this audio with the video, I thought the entire thing play. So a bit awkward. I guess I'm trying to remember where secrets are and mark them. Yep, this is super awkward. I already said goodbye like 3 times. Alright, there we go. Maybe it's enough. Alright, goodbye viewer. Thanks again for watching.